Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Christina Worcester and it's that time of the month again. Time for my reading roundup. I read 8 books this month, which is a lot for me. The first one I read was Glorious Rivals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Millions' hearts and lives are on the line in this heart-stopping sequel to The Grandest Game by #1 best-selling author Jennifer Lynn Barnes. 7 players arrived on Hawthorne Island, each with their own secrets and motivations to win the grandest game. Millions are at stake, but so are hearts and lives. The players must now race to win the game, solve myriad mysteries, and survive the twists and turns of Glorious Rivals. The stakes get higher, the game gets twistier, and everything heats up in this newest installment in the TikTok sensation Inheritance Games saga. I was not a fan of this book, unfortunately. It wasn't for me. I am just getting a little bit fatigued with the whole solving riddles of it all. And I feel like this Grandest Game trilogy could have been a duology. Next up, we have Under the Same Stars by Libba Bray. It was said that if you write to the bridegroom's oak, the love of your life will answer back. Now the tree is giving up its secrets at last. In 1940s Germany, Sophie is excited to discover a message waiting for her in the bridegroom's oak from a mysterious suitor. Meanwhile, her best friend Hannah is sending messages too, but not to find love. As World War II unfolds in their small town of Kleinwald, the oak may hold the key to resistance against the Nazis. In 1980s West Germany, American teen transplant Jenny feels suffocated by her strict parents and is struggling to fit in, until she finds herself falling for Lena, a punk rock girl hell-bent on tearing down the wall separating West Germany from East Germany, and meeting Frau Hermann, a kind old lady with secrets of her own. In spring 2020, New York City, best friends Miles and Chloe are slogging through the last few months of senior year when an unexpected package from Chloe's grandmother leads them to investigate a cold case about 2 unidentified teenagers who went missing under the bridegroom's oak 80 years ago. I liked this, which was a little surprising because it is a historical fiction and that's not a genre I usually read. The connections between the 3 timelines could feel a little bit contrived at times, but maybe that's just me. Next up, we have Gwen and Art Are Not in Love by Lex Croucher. Heartstopper meets A Knight's Tale in this queer medieval rom-com YA debut about love, friendship, and being brave enough to change the course of history. It's been hundreds of years since King Arthur's reign. His descendant Arthur, a future lord and general gadabout, has been betrothed to Gwendolen, the quick-witted, short-tempered princess of England, since birth. The only thing they can agree on is that they despise each other. They're forced to spend the summer together at Camelot in the run-up to their nuptials, and within 24 hours, Gwen has discovered Arthur kissing a boy, and Arthur has gone digging for Gwen's childhood diary and found confessions about her crush on the kingdom's only lady knight, Bridget LeClaire. Realizing they might make better allies than enemies, Gwen and Art make a reluctant pact to cover for each other, and as things heat up at the annual royal tournament, Gwen is swept off her feet by her knight, and Arthur takes an interest in Gwen's royal brother. Lex Croucher's Gwen and Art Are Not in Love is chock full of sword fighting, found family, and romantic shenanigans destined to make readers fall in love. I liked this book too. Obviously, it's also historical, but, you know, a little more silly with it. The romances were cute. The sibling relationship between Gwen and Gabe is cute. It does have kind of a hard tonal shift in the last, 20 to 30% of the book, but I didn't mind that, honestly. I thought it actually suited the story really well. Next up, we have The Guest List by Lucy Foley. A wedding celebration turns dark and deadly in this deliciously wicked and atmospheric thriller reminiscent of Agatha Christie from the New York Times bestselling author of The Hunting Party. The bride, the +1, the best man, the wedding planner, the bridesmaid, the body. On an island off the coast of Ireland, guests gather to celebrate 2 people joining their lives together as one. The groom, handsome and charming, a rising television star. The bride, smart and ambitious, a magazine publisher. It's a wedding for a magazine or for a celebrity. The designer dress, the remote location, the luxe party favors, the boutique whiskey. The cell phone service may be spotty and the waves may be rough, but every detail has been expertly planned and will be expertly executed. But perfection is for plans, and people are all too human. As the champagne is popped and the festivities begin, resentments and petty jealousies begin to mingle with the reminiscences and well wishes. The groomsmen begin the drinking game from their school days. The bridesmaid not so accidentally ruins her dress. The bride's oldest male friend gives an uncomfortably caring toast. And then someone turns up dead. Who didn't wish the happy couple well? And perhaps more important, why? This is definitely a slower paced thriller, and almost all of the main characters are unlikable. So if you think you're down, it's not gonna be for everyone, but I actually found that I enjoyed it personally. Next up, we have You've Reached Sam by Dustin Tao. 17-year-old Julie has her future all planned out. Move out of her small town with her boyfriend Sam, attend college in the city, spend a summer in Japan. But then Sam dies and everything changes. Heartbroken, Julie skips his funeral, throws out his things, and tries everything to forget him in the tragic way he died. But a message Sam left behind in her yearbook forces back memories. Desperate to hear his voice one more time, Julie calls Sam's cell phone just to listen to his voicemail. And Sam picks up the phone. In a miraculous turn of events, Julie's been given a second chance at goodbye. The connection is temporary, but hearing Sam's voice makes her fall for him all over again, and with each call it becomes harder to let him go. However, keeping her otherworldly calls with Sam a secret isn't easy, especially when Julie witnesses the suffering Sam's family is going through. Unable to stand by the sidelines and watch their shared loved ones in pain, Julie is torn between spilling the truth about her calls with Sam and risking their connection and losing him forever. I feel like I also liked this book overall. As far as depictions of grief that I read for my 25 before 25 go, I do think this was not as interesting as A Monster Calls, but that's not to say it's a bad book. I would still feel comfortable recommending this to people. Next up, we have She's Too Pretty to Burn by Wendy Hurd. An electric romance set against a rebel art scene sparks lethal danger for two girls in She's Too Pretty to Burn, an expertly plotted YA thriller by Wendy Hurd. The summer is winding down in San Diego. Veronica is bored, caustically charismatic, and uninspired in her photography. Nico is insatiable, subversive, and obsessed with chaotic performance art. They're artists first, best friends second, but that was before Mick. Delicate, lonely, magnetic, the perfect subject, and Veronica's dream girl. The days are long and hot, full of adventure, and soon they are falling in love. Falling so hard they never imagine what comes next. 1 fire, 2 murders, 3 drowning bodies, 1 suspect, 1 stalker. This is a summer they won't survive. Inspired by the picture of Dorian Gray, the sexy psychological thriller explores the intersections of love, art, danger, and power. Okay, so first of all, based on the very little information I know about the picture of Dorian Gray, I'm not really sure what the connection between the two is, other than a very important picture. But yeah, I was not a fan of this book, unfortunately. It wasn't for me. I just found that so much was happening at any given moment that I felt overstimulated, which I don't think I've ever been able to say that about a book before, so it's unique. Next up, we have Sushi for One by Cami Tang. Lex Sakai's family is big, nosy, and marriage-minded. When her cousin Mariko gets married, Lex will become the oldest single cousin in the clan. Lex has used her Bible study class on Ephesians to compile a huge list of traits for the perfect man. But the one man she keeps running into doesn't seem to have a single quality on her list. It's only when the always-in-control Lex starts to let God take over that all the pieces of this hilarious romance finally fall into place. I feel like I should preface this with the fact that I don't normally read Christian fiction. This was also a book that I read for my 25 before 25 that was recommended to me. But in spite of it all, I actually found myself enjoying this book. Okay, so I'm not gonna deny that Lex can be a not like other girls girl, and her obsession with fitness is certainly not relatable for me. But I don't know, I rooted for her. And last but not least, we have Hidden Pictures by Jason Rakulak. Fresh out of rehab, Mallory Quinn takes a job as a babysitter for Ted and Caroline Maxwell. She is to look after their 5-year-old son, Teddy. Mallory immediately loves it. She has her own living space, goes out for nightly runs, and has the stability she craves. And she sincerely bonds with Teddy, a sweet, shy boy who is never without his sketchbook and pencil. His drawings are the usual fare: trees, rabbits, balloons. But one day he draws something different: a man in a forest dragging a woman's lifeless body. Then Teddy's artwork becomes increasingly sinister, and his stick figures quickly evolve into lifelike sketches well beyond the ability of any 5-year-old. Mallory begins to wonder if these are glimpses of a long unsolved murder, perhaps relayed by a supernatural force. Knowing just how crazy it all sounds, Mallory nevertheless sets out to decipher the image and save Teddy before it's too late. I am not 100% sure how to feel about this book. I feel like I liked it overall. That being said, it had like quite a few plot twists that I didn't see coming. But one of them felt very derivative of a horror movie that I have seen. I can't tell you what that movie is because it would be a spoiler for both the movie and the book. But isn't that just the way? And that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You're the best.